Hey guys, it's your boy OG Saya, and today is September the 2nd, but you're probably watching this on September the 3rd. Now, I know you guys are wondering where's the guild rankings at for console, top 10 siege guilds, my very first Battle Siege video, two other NodeWars, GVG montage, but today I am going to apologize for not showing you guys that on the 1st like I promised, and for not uploading today. But tomorrow, which is going to be the day you're watching this, scratch that. It's your boy OG Saya here, redoing the intro. And today, instead of dropping what I wanted to drop, I am going to give you guys a very informative, factual, and intelligent video today. Now, I'm going to throw a couple of things up on the screen. So I'm going to pause this audio. I'm going to do that real quick. And why am I breaking? Am I breaking the rules of YouTube videos? Okay guys, so if we look at the screen, we see we have so much stuff. This is actually every major release that has to do with a region, a class, grind spots, or a dungeon spot. I have it categorized by the year. I have it in chronological order. And I also even did some in different texts. As you can see, some is bold and some is italicized, some isn't. It's pretty much everything that has to do with console, not PC. This is literally when it came out on console, and as you can see, 2019 has the most content that they gave to us, but it's really just copy and pasting from PC, but they already do that with everything. We get it at the end, we get it late. So what's the issue with that? I don't know, but let's look more into it. Okay guys, first up we have the regional release. In 2018 November, Xbox beta actually came to console. With that being said, 3 regions they had was Serenia, Balanos, and Calpheon. The game later released in 2019 in March for Xbox, and 3 of those regions were the regions I previously just stated. They then proceeded to add 3 more regions, Mediah, Valencia, and Kamaslvia. Now, even though PlayStation wouldn't get Kamaslvia to the following year after cross-play servers, console still received those 3 servers. In 2020, cross-play servers was actually added, so some of the regions that PlayStation didn't have, they now had. With that being said, Pearl Abyss also decided to add to Black Desert 3 more regions, Drieghan, Mogoria, and Port Rat. Now, even though you couldn't do much in Port Rat, but Sally's is still a region, so we have to add it to it. The next year, 2021, Stars Inn was actually added in March 2021. Now, even though Stars Inn is a part of Calpheon and is only a grind spot, it was actually a big part of Black Desert that console was missing out on. So that is why I decided to add that under the region release, which I will also add as a grind spot. Ulukita, being the next region to drop within 2022, was actually a pretty game-changing update, and we all needed that for console. The following year is 2023, and they decided to add one region, but they also took away a region. They took away Port Rat and finally opened up Land of the Morning Light. So we can't really say that they took it away because that was what it was supposed to be. Next year after that is the year we're currently in, is 2024, and that is Mountain of the Eternal Winter. Now, if you guys ask me, Mountain of Eternal Winter was been supposed to drop, but we ended up getting it late. And if I'm being honest, I'm going to give my very popular opinion. The only reason we got Mountain of Eternal Winter was because Throne of Liberty beta came out, and the state of console is in shambles right now, and they're not really making much money off of Black Desert on console. And you guys are probably questioning that, and I will show you later in the video. But as it said, if you look at it, the most regions we got seem to be in 2019, and they started kind of spoon dripping into us. So getting another region, I can't really see that happening. Only reason I feel like we got Land in the Morning Light at that time is because there's no mobs there. It's instant queued bosses. You guys might think otherwise, but as for us to get a part 2 Land in the Morning Light or Ulukita, I don't see that happening this year, and that might not come until next year if we're lucky. Okay guys, next up we have the class releases. Now, I don't want to name every single class because I'm pretty sure we all know the classes, but I am going to tell you when these classes dropped. In 2018, we have 6 classes that came with the beta, which proceeded to the launch in 2019. In 2019, they proceeded to add 10 more classes. 2020, they proceeded to add 5 classes. In 2021, they proceeded to add 2, same in 2022. And when it came time to 2023 and 2024, we only got 1 class. Now, there is a new class out, and that class is Dosa. Us on console, we do not have it yet, but PC do. The way this is looking, they kind of slowed down in halves. So seeing Dosa on console this year doesn't really look realistic to me. If we look at these facts, doesn't look like we're going to get it until 2025. But I honestly do hope that we do get it this year. I don't really see it coming without Land of the Morning Light Part 2 if they want to keep it as the lore. But who knows? Anything can happen in quarter 4. But if you want my honest opinion, based off of these, high speculation, we're not getting Dosa until January of 2025. And I'm just being honest with you guys. But I'm going to just hold my tongue on that. Okay, next up we have the grind spot release. Now I know what you guys thinking. Sai, why are you adding grind spot release? Now the thing is, even though each region comes with its own grind spots on console, that didn't seem to be the case with some places. In 2020, we got the crossplay servers, so they actually added a lot more stuff that we didn't have on PlayStation. In 2021, we got the Stars In update, which is an addition to Calpheon. 2022, As Far As, which is Kamaslvia, we didn't get that until Ulukita. And in 2021, we also got the LVO Realms of Serenia in August 2022. 2023, we didn't really get anything, but in 2024, we got the LVO Realm Calpheon in January. So that is actually a very short list, but I just wanted to throw that in for you guys because PC has Dhekia, level 1 and level 2, and we don't. And as you can see, I can actually picture them dropping that for us since it hasn't dropped since January, but who knows? Okay, guys, next up we have the dungeon release. In 2019, they gave us Altar of Blood. Altar of Blood was a 3-man group where you could run it with your friends as long as you had enough energy for it. So if you had the right group, you could actually run this more than 9 times a day, every single day if you wanted to. In 2020, they gave us the Crow's Nest, which is a single-player best of 5 bosses that you have to defeat. And you could do that as a daily. And jump to 2021, they gave us Ataraxion of Valkyrie. In July and August, they took away Altar of Blood by saying they suspended it. And in October later that year, they gave us the second Ataraxion, which is Sorceress. Now, this is just my speculation. Others may agree, some may disagree. But I honestly feel like they took away Altar of Blood, also known as AOB, because you can run that daily, and a lot of people was progressing from it. And they wanted people to do Ataraxion a lot more. But Ataraxion, both of them, you can only do twice a week. You could rather choose the hard mode or the easy mode, which is normal realm or Elvia realm. We actually haven't had any dungeons for a while, so I actually can see that they may give us the 3rd dungeon since PC now has the 3rd dungeon. So them giving us that, I can honestly see it happening. Now we do have the Witch's Token, which we could then go and get the Flame of Frost or the Embers of Frost. But with that being said, that is pretty much dead content. Who doesn't have a Labresca by now if they actually played the game? We was all hoping they would give us Etheria's Limbo, but they decided not to. So seeing that they will give us Etheria's Limbo or the 3rd dungeon actually is very realistic because we haven't got a dungeon in years. Okay, you guys, I actually want to show you something from their shareholders meeting. Some of you may not know this, but they actually had this last month on August 8th, if I'm very correct. So we're going to look at their revenue breakdown. The revenue by their core IP from Blight Desert, it looks like they lost 6.8 billion crow. For you guys who do not know what 6.8 billion crow is in US dollars, that is actually $5 million. So they lost about $5 million for quarter 2. Looks like they made a lot more from Evo Online, so they're probably putting more work into Evo Online instead of Blight Desert. Who knows? Now, when we look at the revenue by the region, NAEU seems to go up by 3%. For Korea seems to go down, and Asia actually seems to go up. the West is still paying their bills, but it looks like they have focused on the China region, as of a lot of partners and other content creators who aren't partner seem to have been attacking Pearl Abyss for only focusing on their China audience, which is kind of sad, because if you look at this, it looks like Korea is very not happy with them. There has been a lot of boycotts, and it looks like that might actually go down even more from 18%. But the West is actually still paying their bills, but Asia is actually going up. Now, when we look at the revenue by the platform, looks like mobile is actually pretty good. PC is kind of dwindling down, but console, which has always been the lowest, has actually dropped from 5% average to a 4%. And honestly, with the more competition coming up on console, I can actually see this dropping by more if they don't do something fast. And like I said earlier in the video, the only reason I feel like they gave us Mountain of Eternal Winter, and others do feel the same, majority of most do, is only because Throne of Liberty beta happened to be that same week. Another thing I want to look at is the Q3 highlights. As you can see for Black Desert console, their highlight is the new map, Mountain of Eternal Winter, new gen, and device support. They don't have anything else under their highlights, and as we all know, Q3 ends at the very end of September, so I wouldn't really expect anything to come this month. But with Throne of Liberty dropping next month, the very first week, October 1st, and the New World Ethereum beta being the week before, I could actually see Pearl Abyss wanting to drop something to keep their console player base, because if they do not, they're going to lose a majority of their player base, and that profit for their next shareholder meeting may be cut in half. 2% doesn't really look like a new number, but also we have to keep in mind they are Korean holidays. So with that being said, I actually show you guys that two of their holidays seem to be October 3rd and October 9th. October 3rd being the very first week, a Thursday, and the 9th being that Wednesday the following week. So also keep in mind, they usually tell us that our updates are going to be on Wednesdays, and then they delay it by a day. But in a video that Anders and Chris Polly made, Global Labs updates also changed to Thursdays to keep in par with PC. I just feel like Pearl Abyss console hasn't really relayed that message or cared to change what they have been saying. So they just normally tell us it's going to come Wednesday, and then it's delayed by one day to a Thursday for the past couple updates. So who knows? So honestly speaking, I can see probably on October 17th, October 24th, or October 31st, we might be getting a major update. If not, it may be too late to save console. I can actually see us getting Dhekia, because Dhekia actually seems like the only realistic thing that we can actually get, or probably Ethereum's Limbo. Dosa just doesn't seem unreal. It doesn't seem realistic. Land of the Mortal Light Part 2 doesn't seem realistic yet, because we're still missing some stuff. Ulukita. But who knows? They never seem to drop stuff in chronological order anyways. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think we're going to get. Look at the facts as much as you want. And pretty much I'm out. I'm actually going to show you guys the shareholder meetings in the next video. And then I have back to my regular schedule. Peace. Like, comment, and subscribe.